Hello everyone, this is PHTV4. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are around Palos with Jill Stetson from Skin Trust right here in Palos Heights. Thanks for coming in.
You're very
Jill,
welcome.
Today.
Oh.
It's so nice to have Jill with us because she tells us things we need to know and things that you didn't know that you're like surprised about skincare. And we are all thinking about skincare pretty much all the time. You know, lots of women think about skincare, but men think about it too. And if you have children, you're thinking about skincare for them as well. So this is a really valuable time. Jill has some great ideas and information to give us. So I was just telling Jill before we got started that I was really excited about some of the topics today. And some of them may be a little bit of a review for you, but a lot of them are new information. So, Jill, let's get to it. What are we talking about today?
Well, I think we might start with how do we care for ourselves during this time of uncertainty? I think there's a lot of uncertainty going on in our country, and this is not a political discussion at all. It's just a matter of how do we manage that, and how do we manage ourselves and still take good care of ourselves. And I think that there's just simple things that you can do that can maybe eliminate some of the stress that you're feeling, make you feel very good. And self-care is a wonderful way to really make yourself feel good, but you don't have to be daunted by it. You don't have to think, oh my gosh, I need 2 hours for my self-care, because you don't. And of course, I'm going to go to the skincare part of it. Mm-hmm. And that is, you know, let yourself feel the stress. And, you know, part of it is just getting through that. Let yourself feel the age, let yourself feel the stress, but then still care for yourself, because self-care is important. So that means have a regimen, but it doesn't mean you have 10 products. Have 3 products you use morning and night religiously, continuously. And being consistent with something is when you're going to see that you either don't show the signs of aging as much or you make improvements in your skin, and that's really important to do. And then I think it's also good to have maybe what we call sanity breaks. Have a facial. And the reason for that is you can even, an esthetician can even do more for your skin, but what I find people enjoy is a massage. And people just kind of, they're like, oh my gosh, do I really have to get up? Do I really have to go? Once I'm done?
More, please.
And I'm like, well, I would love for you to stay, but you really can't. But I'm very glad you enjoyed it, and I think we forget about that. So self-care is about caring for yourself, but it's also recognizing when you want someone else to care for you. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's really, really important, and especially in these times. You know, we talk about uncertain times, that's looking at the world a little more globally, but then families have stresses. I mean, you and I, Sue, we're just talking about it. We're so busy, and
Yes.
if you have children, then you're even more busy, or grandchildren.
Right, you are, and you're trying to do everything all the time, and sometimes you need to just say, you know, I'm going to stop right now. I'm not going to do those things. But I think taking care of yourself, like you said, a massage, a facial, I think sometimes we look at those as luxury items, and they're not really luxury items. Those are taking care of yourself. I know I do, and I've kind of taken that out of my head that it's something I can do and deserve, and it's not like I have to earn it. You can do these things and just enjoy it, and it makes you feel better.
It does. And you know, I always say to people, do them when you can, what works for you. Because it is an investment of time and a little bit of money with it, but do it when it works for you. And everyone's very different with that. There's no one set recipe for it.
Right, absolutely right. So, and then I liked hearing, you know, maybe it's a 3-step product for your skincare. Sometimes I think it's overwhelming, and you know, there's a lot of people that enjoy that ritual of many things. You know, each step they really enjoy it, and that's great. But sometimes you kind of run out of time for all those steps. So 3 steps is manageable for some people.
It is, and you know, what I would suggest in those steps is you cleanse your skin, you moisturize, and you put a sunscreen on in the morning. You cleanse your skin, and really night you could break that down into 2, and then you just use a product that has some active ingredients that help as your skin's trying to repair itself at night, and maybe add an eye cream to that. But it just doesn't have to be a whole lot of products. There's a whole lot you can do if you want, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that the skincare manufacturers and people in skincare realize simplicity is important. People do not want to have They don't want to have 1,000 products that they're using. Americans are very different than the French. The French would do that. They love their regimens. They love their self-care. We tend to be just a little different here.
We're very busy.
We're very, very busy.
I'm not saying that it's good or bad. It's just we're really busy. Most people are just very busy doing things. So
Well, and I think the hard part of that is too that we're very busy, and then comes the end of the day, and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Do I really have to do this? And what I say to people is, yes, you do. Nighttime is most important because that's when our body's repairing, and you don't ever want to go to bed with not cleansing your skin, because there's just in time things will happen to your skin that you don't want to have happen if you do that consistently.
and the key to that is don't wait till 5 minutes before you want to go to sleep.
Yes.
You really have to allow a little bit of time for it.
Yes.
And really, it's not that hard to do. Really.
It's not, and even I feel that way, and I care for my skin. But if you let it go all the way until you're ready to go to bed, it is a chore then,
Yeah.
and it's not something that you really are looking forward to. You'll
No.
do it, but reluctantly.
That's so true. Well, Jill, you're talking about stress and how that shows on your skin. How do we kind of manage that?
Well, I think you manage it by good lifestyle habits, and not to put more stress on you
Yeah.
with good lifestyle
Right.
habits. But you manage your stress through relaxation. You manage it. I think just it doesn't even have to be a life. Of course, exercise is going to help you relieve some of that. Doing things that give you joy.
Yeah. Yes.
And
that's right.
you were just talking about how you enjoy your grandchildren so much. I think that's really important. But find a hobby or a family or friends, and that gives you joy, and that manages the stress for you. And you do want to keep your stress level down from a skincare perspective because of cortisol. You don't want to produce that in your skin, because then you can have a lot of problems with various things.
Okay, so just find ways to, that's the thing too, just to find ways to find joy, enjoy your life. There are things that are stressful, and then you have to kind of let it go after a while and find the things that are fun.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so I like how you describe facials as a sanity break. Like, what do you mean by that?
I think it's the time you really give yourself. So you have an hour. No telephones. I have a self-free zone area in my practice, but you give yourself that time. Let someone else pamper you. Do good things for your skin. Pamper you. I think that's what I hear people say most of often is the massage that you get as part of a facial. It's just so relaxing. And I may chat with people up until that point, and then I can just feel really relax, and then I don't chat with them during that because that's their time and that's very special. So I think those are the sanity breaks, that you give yourself that pause. You give yourself that time to let someone else care for you.
Yes.
That's still a good part of self-care because you made the decision to do that.
Yes, and that's so true. Let someone else take care of you, to do something that feels good, relieves your stress, and it's just good for your skin,
Absolutely.
your body, and you really do feel a little like jelly after a facial or a
I've had
massage.
many people say
Yeah.
that, and that warms my heart that they say that.
Yeah.
Because I think, good, then you're getting exactly what you need.
So there are new technologies available, which as lay people, we don't really know what that is. I mean, I suppose some people are really into skin care. I find that the younger people are like so into skin care right now, so they may know that. I don't know. I don't know what nano infusion is, so maybe you could tell us a little about that.
And I always like to bring you something new, and nano infusion it's actually a principle of physics where you use movement to push something deeper. And it's a device that's used in skincare that just moves along your face to take ingredients and move them into the skin. So that means we're pushing them into the epidermis and down into the dermis, through the skin, through the pores of the skin. And the reason for that is so that those products will be more effective and do more for your skin. But it's a wonderful technique because it requires no downtime. It's not invasive. It's not breaking the skin at all. And there's no downtime required with it at all, which is what people want. They want results, but sometimes the downtime is more problematic because they don't have it.
Right. yes.
And they're on the go, and they don't have
Yeah.
time to go through a healing process. But I like it. I bring it in. There are so many things, and that's a wonderful thing about skincare, but still daunting too. And especially daunting, sometimes I find it daunting. So I know it's daunting to the consumer. Well, what should you choose? What should you do? And there's such a wide spectrum of things that you can do. But I can assure you of this, that more and more is getting more sophisticated in terms of the types of ingredients that you can use, to the techniques and the delivery systems to put those ingredients into your skin. And you can go from something like nano infusion that's non-invasive all the way up to things that are much more invasive. And it's how do you work with people to understand what's right for your skin. If you have corrective work, then you maybe want to go up the spectrum a little bit, and then you maintain your skin, or you want some level of improvement, but you don't have that much correction. And that's how I try to keep it in my mind in terms of the techniques or the ingredients that you use on your skin. And just to help people, because there's so much out there, but what is it that you really want? What is the look you want of your skin? And that's because you could go and get all kinds of injectables, but you're never going to have that look you want of your skin. You're never going to have that healthy, radiant skin if you're not doing something about that.
Well, these nano infusion, this is something, when it's a penetrating product, is it something you can do yourself, or this is a technique that you would do?
It's a technique that I would do.
Okay.
There are probably devices out there that the consumer could use. It's difficult though, because we go through very specific training on these, and the consumer doesn't have that. Like, as a consumer, you could get a microderm machine. You can get LED light. You just have to be very careful using some of these things that if you really haven't been trained. So I always encourage people, and if I know a client's using something, then I'll review with them how they're using it to make sure they're using it properly, because they've invested in it. I want them to use it, but I also want them to be safe with it. But this one in particular is what I would do because of the training that goes behind it.
It sounds like, to me, this is one of those moments you don't have to do it, and you go and someone does that for you, and it's your
Correct.
self-care. So that sounds like you're better off, maybe. I mean, I know some people want to do it themselves, but I think that sounds like something that would be nice if you did that, or whoever you go to does that for you.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah.
It's always changing, always very interesting.
What about, now this is a topic I think that you'll really be interested in, because you read about it, see it, in the stores, but collagen supplements, you see, how to improve your skin, maybe it's with collagen, but I think a lot of us are not very knowledgeable about exactly, is it going to help, or does it help, and what does it help?
Well, and I think those are all very good questions. And I had to go and try to find the answer for myself, because it's a question I would get a lot from clients. Well, what do you think about collagen supplements? And I tried one, it was several years back. And it, after 4 months, improved my nails. And I thought, well, gosh, if it improved my nails, then it's certainly working on my skin. No, that's not the case. And I was wrong. I made an assumption. It was not scientifically backed. And then in researching this more, I found, no, that's not the case. And here's the case. Collagen makes up 30% of the protein in our body. There's various types of collagen in our body. There's 5 major ones. And type 1 is the major one that really deals with your skin, your bones, your ligaments, your tendons. But collagen in general can deal with your blood vessels and your organs, and it can deal with everything. So it really is very, very important. And collagen is made up of amino acids, and it goes through this process, and there's peptides that are associated with that too. I think the bottom line in it, from what I read and what I researched, was collagen is very good for your whole body. Very, very good for it, for all the reasons I just said, the parts that it's going to hit. But there's no guarantee that if you are concerned about your skin, you've started to see some issues relative to elasticity, perhaps laxity in your skin, you've started to see a volume loss in your skin. There's no guarantee that it's going to get to your skin. Now, it might, but there's no guarantee that it will, because your body is going to use it as it needs it. And you and I were talking, sometimes I feel like the collagen is also like water intake. We're told we need to really drink water if we're dehydrated, if our skin is dehydrated. You need water for your body for good health. And if you're dehydrated, absolutely. But if your skin is also dehydrated too, nobody said it's going to get to your skin because your body's grabbed it. The organs need that. The same is true with the collagen from what the research told me. So I say to people, yes, if you want to just have general health improvement, and we start to lose collagen as we age. For women, it accelerates as we go through menopause. So if you want to stabilize that process to a degree, then do use a collagen supplement. If you're specifically concerned about your skin, there's other ways to do that. And the two ways are using vitamins and supplements that will stimulate the collagen production, and also using an ingredient topically that will stimulate specifically for your skin. And those are available out there. So what the research shows is that the vitamins or supplements you should have, or minerals, are vitamin C, copper, all right, what is my tongue twister?
Manganese.
Manganese, thank you. Manganese, and and zinc. Those are the vitamins, the minerals that you want to have in a supplement to really help stimulate. And there are products on the marketplace that specifically have those in it to stimulate the collagen, and they're really supporting the production of collagen. So there's a couple ways to look at it. You can use a collagen powder that has peptides, and if you are going to use a powder, do make sure it has peptides. Those are some of the building blocks of amino acids, which goes into the protein. You can do that. And then if you want something that's more specific to the skin, try those vitamins and minerals. It also goes back to have a healthy diet. Try to follow a Mediterranean diet because that will give you these minerals and these vitamins. And then I said that we lose our collagen as we age. It expedites for a woman or accelerates during menopause. And here are 3 lifestyle triggers. And this isn't going to be new news to anybody. Over sun exposure, over sugar intake, and stress, as we just talked about.
Okay. So they're try and correct those.
Just minimize it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I want to take someone's complete joy away if they enjoy sugar, but you need to minimize it.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much. And the same with sun. You need a little bit of sun for vitamin D production, as well as you want to supplement that. But if you enjoy a walk in the morning, so be it.
Yeah, and that'll probably be enough.
Yeah, and that'll be enough. But it's the overexposure, the too much of any of those, and then managing your stress too, because those all play in the collagen role, and they'll expedite our loss of collagen. You know, it's very interesting how lifestyle just blends right in with the lifestyle issues that I talk about, blend right into overall health.
Well, yes. I mean, I was just reading about all the things that you're talking about and making sure you're eating all the right things, you know, the vegetables and fruits and so forth in the Mediterranean diet. They've always said that on anything you ever read, Mediterranean diet is the way to go. So
they do.
You know, unfortunately, we don't tend to do that, most people. And when you're out at restaurants, you know, you maybe can't find exactly that. But at home, you could try and stick with that. So with these particular things, the copper, the vitamin C, manganese, zinc, this would be in a multivitamin, do you think?
You might find a multivitamin, and there are specific supplements out there that have those in for collagen support.
Okay.
They are, and they're there. One thing that I will tell our viewers is if a supplement, a collagen supplement has, it's going to work specifically on these types of collagen for your skin, no. That's not good. That's not. No supplement, because of the way in which they're made, can be directed towards
skin.
To the skin and to those. I mean, we have so many different types of collagen, and I said we have 5 major types. Type 1 being the major one that affects skin. You can't direct it that way. You just can't. It doesn't work out.
Go to my skin, please.
I know. And we have to be very careful because just as in skincare, supplements are not regulated.
Oh, right.
And the only product in skincare that's regulated is sunscreen. So they can say pretty much what they want. And I know in skincare, people will have, I have vitamin C in my product, and they do. But it's what kind, how much, it gets into that discussion on there. And one thing to add to our discussion on the collagen is, because I mentioned, you can do something topically too. So vitamin C, we talked about internal. Vitamin C is also a great supplement to put on your skin.
Okay.
It enhances your sunscreen, cannot use it as a sunscreen, but it also stimulates collagen.
That was the question I was going to ask you, because there are like serums that are just vitamin C.
Yes.
And that will help with
It will
collagen
help.
production.
And you know, it does help with the environment too, like the smoke that we've recently had.
Oh, yes.
It really helps protect your skin from antioxidant damage because of free radicals, and that's what will happen to your skin, which is why vitamin C is a very good one. And then there's an ingredient called Neoderm, and that's specifically designed to go into your skin and stimulate collagen and elastin.
So that's a topical.
That's a topical, and that's something that you can use at nighttime, because you use your active ingredients at night to help repair your skin while you're sleeping. So that's a good one. And those are just two examples. But as I said, the skincare world continues to get very sophisticated. And retinol's been around for a long time. Retinol will help with some of that too, in terms of helping to stimulate collagen as well. So those are the three powerhouses, ingredients that will help with collagen and elasticity. So it's I think a good approach is something in your body, something on your skin. You may choose to go down the collagen supplement with peptides. You may choose to get a supplement that stimulates the support of collagen, and those are the alternatives out there. So I think it's setting the right expectation for what will happen if you take these.
Would this be more for people aging, or should you start something like this in your 20s or 30s, doing the collagen and the C and trying to, I don't know, support your skin collagen production? I don't know. I mean, is that too young to start something like that?
If I could do it again, I'd start in my 30s.
Okay. So,
it's just not going to happen.
So it's okay for people to,
It is.
to do that.
Because we start losing our collagen, I think it's late 20s. So why not try to support your body? I think it's a great strategy. They're good minerals, they're good vitamins. The collagen supplement with peptides, if you choose to do that, it's going to help your overall body structure. I think it is a good idea to do that.
That's good.
I would much rather see someone do that and maybe not do the injectable side of skincare maybe until your later years. I think that's a sounder, healthier strategy.
Okay, that's good. Start younger.
Start younger.
We look as we age, we're like, oh, I should do something. Well, you could do it much earlier, and then you wouldn't look at yourself the same way, maybe.
Well, and it's just like I say to the young people nowadays, you have access to things we didn't have.
Yeah, so
use
true.
them.
Right.
I mean, I wish we would have, but we didn't, and that's the way the world works, and we're still okay. But they do have access to them, so use them, and educate yourself as well as you can. And it does, there's a lot of ways to educate yourself, but you have to watch it, because there's a lot of information out there that's not right either. There's a lot of good, and then there's a lot that doesn't make a lot of sense either.
Right.
And you can.
And you have to filter through that. So you need to go to somebody reliable so they can give you the proper information. Everything is not true on, some of the outlets that you might find in social media.
No.
I'm just not going to name any, but you know who they are.
And I'm not going to name any either, but I always say, yes, talk to, and in particular when it comes to ingredients, I think estheticians, because our work is about skin care. We don't diagnose medical conditions, but we talk about skin care. We're trained by the skincare companies to really understand what these ingredients do. And these skincare companies have wonderful education. And that's part of our profession, is to keep up on that. So I really enjoy working with people to look at what they're using, what their concern is, and are they using ingredients that are going to really help with that concern? And to make sure they're not using anything on their skin that could help. A lot of times you can use something on your skin that it's not going to be noticeable to you, but you can cause inflammation underneath it. And inflammation can cause premature aging. I see that. I see that people resurface their skin too much. and they use some acids, and acids are very good if used properly, but they use some that are just not right for their skin, and then they're irritated. They're sensitized. And I would say 99% of the people that come in with sensitive skin are sensitized. They're not allergic to anything, but their skin is so sensitive because they haven't used the proper products.
Oh, so you want to use the things meant for your skin
Meant for your-
in particular.
Yes.
Yeah, which kind of brings us to the, it's not just looking good, it's feeling good. And that's what we really want. Actually, though, if you feel like you look good, you also feel good. This is kind of a circular
It's all intertwined.
thing. Yeah, it is. And you want to live your best life.
Yeah. I think it's important. You feel well, you live well, you age well.
Exactly.
And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. And all the things that we talk about, it can seem daunting, but do them in little steps. Whether it's the lifestyle issues we're talking about, whether it's the care issues we're talking about, and soon it kind of snowballs in a real positive way. And you feel good about it. And if you feel good about that, you feel good about yourself. You're going to age the way you'd like to age.
And that involves stress too, because you feel better about yourself.
Yes.
So that's less stress
Absolutely.
about yourself.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right with that.
Let's talk about the lifestyle issues that we should all be thinking about.
Yes, and we've hit on some of those, I think,
Yeah,
today,
we
too.
have, yes.
We have hit on a few of those. Well, one that is pertinent right now is sun exposure. Don't overdo it. That sun is just not our friend. It's not our friend.
I know, and it's hard, especially people of a certain age who grew up in the sun with no sunscreen, and that's what you do. You go out in the sun and you sunbathe. And that's hard to kind of change that mindset.
Well, it's interesting because I have so many clients that come in and say, well, I did this. I don't do it anymore. And I think we're all in that boat together.
Right.
Because I was like, well, I did that too, but I don't do it anymore. But going back to that collagen discussion, what people don't realize is that sun exposure gives you sunburn. It can give you brown spots, which none of us like, but it also stimulates an enzyme in your dermis that will degrade your collagen.
Oh.
That's what sun,
Okay.
and of course we don't want cancer.
No, right.
That's
Yeah.
that's
number one.
That's number one, really.
Yeah.
I talk about the cosmetic, but I don't overlook the fact that you don't want to get skin cancer. And I'll tell you, I see more and more people that do have it.
Yeah, I know, it's true. Well, we have like the earlier detection of that too
We do.
now, which is really good.
It is very good. It is very good. And we talked about rest. You do need your sleep. That's when we do the restorative time on our skin. And if you are under a lot of stress, if you can get your sleep, that's very helpful. I think that works too. And then we talked an awful lot about this already, but that S word, sugar.
And it's hidden in so many things.
You're absolutely right.
And so you think, I don't really eat a lot of sugar, but if you look at your products, you might be eating sugar you don't even know about.
You were absolutely right, Sue. And that is the truth. From salad dressings to ketchup to bacon. I mean, it is just in everything.
Yeah,
Or too many things.
yes.
Put that.
See?
So it's accumulation. So
Yeah.
you may be like, well, I don't have a donut every day. And that's good. And those are treats. You can have them occasionally. But it's all the other stuff that you don't know.
No?
You just don't know. So it takes really kind of looking at the products and understanding that. And once you do, I occasionally will do Whole30 where I can't have any for 30 days. And it is very interesting what happens to your body. And it's a good thing. It's a very good thing when you just absolutely removed it.
Really?
And you have to really be very diligent
Boy, you
about it
would
and
be.
looking.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
And so what does it do for you? What do you feel like that it's done for you to make you feel better?
It reduces inflammation
Oh,
that has
okay.
been caused by eating the wrong things.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
good.
But you do have to be, really reading every label.
Oh, you do. And that's why, I
Cooking
talk.
for yourself, really.
Oh,
more.
you do.
Yeah.
And I talk to clients about it. I say, it's not for everybody, and I understand that. And there's so many lifestyle programs out there that people can use that's comfortable for you. that I just say, just be cognizant of what you're eating. You know, you don't have to go all the way to the end of the spectrum doing that. If you want to, it's a really good thing to do, but it's not right for everyone. But you do feel, if you do, you do feel very good.
Okay, that's a good recommendation. What should we be doing for our summer? I mean, we need a review of this because here it is, summer. Today is particularly getting very warm. What should we be taking care of for ourselves?
Well, this is one thing that I find a lot in my practice is I'll talk to people about their sunscreen usage. What's in my makeup?
Yes.
And they'll say, that's good, but that's not enough. So what I encourage people to do is put your skincare on. The last layer of your skincare should be an SPF. And then you can put your makeup on. But we don't put our makeup on our necks normally. We
Right.
don't put it on our hands.
No.
Nor do we put it on our ears. And you really should put it on all those areas. The hands are funny because, you know, we may put our skincare on and our makeup, then we wash our hands.
Yeah, right.
So we wash it right off.
So true.
Put a little, like a travel size SPF in your car. So when you get in your car and you're like, oh shucks, I didn't put it on, you have it and you can just apply it. And that's what I do. And I encourage people to do that. And I mention this, but hands, neck, ears, and ears in particular for men or any woman with shorter hair, you need to put it on your ears. A lot of skin cancer is found on men on their ears.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah. And also, if just wearing a cap, like a baseball cap, which so many people do,
It can
that's
help.
not protecting your ears, though.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. And you know, hats, a wide rim hat is best. But that's not, and I have a lot of people that say that, and I say, that's very good that you're doing that, but you still need your sunscreen. That's only going to take care of half of your face.
Right. Well, and sun can come up into your face.
Yes, absolutely right. And don't forget sunglasses, because that does protect your eye area. And I think that
Right.
that's very important. Sometimes we don't necessarily put our sunscreen right up underneath our eyes, but wearing your sunglasses will protect that. And we talked about this. Add vitamin C to your topical program. That is one that's been researched a lot. And there's various forms of it out there. Some are better for sensitive skin than others. But there's very good products that have vitamin C in it. And I strongly encourage people in the summertime to use a vitamin C. I think you should use it all winter, but in particular during the summer, add that. So really, a great regimen for anybody in the summer is cleanse your skin, put a vitamin C on, put your sunscreen over it. Then if you want to use your tinted moisturizer over that, so be it. Maybe a little eye cream, call it good.
Okay.
I don't think you need much more than that for the
that's
daytime.
good. That's easy, too. I mean, really, it sounds like I'm using all these things, but truly, it just takes, really not even a minute to
Really,
do
it doesn't take long at all.
No.
And it's like what you said earlier. If you just kind of get into the habit of it and make it part of your program, you don't even think about it anymore.
It's like putting your jacket on your shoes. You just
That's
you're
right.
Done.
But you will be so glad with the results.
You will. Well, thank you, Jill. Is there anything
Thank
else
you,
you want to
Sue.
mention before we go?
I think we've covered it very well, and next time I will look forward to talking more about new ingredients and some other new techniques that are coming in skincare.
I look forward to that. You always have such great information for
Thank
us,
you.
and I love it. And I hope you've learned a lot today. I always do when Jill is here. So thank you. We'll see Jill in a few months. She'll come back and tell us the other things we need to know, especially going into those fall and winter months.
We'll take care of those.
We'll do
And thank you,
those.
Sue. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And thanks for watching us around Payless. We'll see you next time.